All right, so what we're gonna do, Mr. Scott, is we're gonna make sure that those State Farm policies, like we've talked about, we're gonna make sure that they're in a safe place, they are easy to locate, the beneficiaries are accurate, we're gonna make sure you're not paying for something that you're not supposed to be. So what I wanna do at this point in time, let me just ask you, most of my clients, they keep their policies in a safe place, and I'm sure that you do. I even have one lady that keeps it in the freezer in case of fire. I thought that was a great idea, and I've been sharing that. So tell me, where do you keep yours?
On a lockbox.
In a lockbox. Great, great. I assume that lockbox is here?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. Do Adrian and Arthur know the combination on that lockbox? I don't want to know,
It
but
has a key, but
has a key?
They have no idea.
Okay, well, look, one of the things I want you to do is I want you to either give one of them a key, or I want you to hide the key somewhere and tell them where that key is. Would you do that for me?
Sure.
Now, I'm gonna be calling Adrian and Arthur to introduce myself, and I'm gonna be asking them, has Dad talked to you about that? Okay? So make sure that you do that for me, all right? Because that's important. I don't wanna have to bust that lockbox open to get to the policy. All right, do me a favor. Go ahead and go grab those policies. While you do, I'm gonna activate that card that I gave you.
Okay.
Go ahead and go put your hands on those, and we'll get to work, okay? Go ahead. All right, so at this time, head down, pen to paper. Actually, you're breaking your phone out right now. This is the perfect time. You're activating that card, okay? But what are we really doing?
Checking the quote.
We are doing a quote on this guy, and we're gonna be doing that quote for $10,000, okay? And so he's gonna get up and go get his policies. Now, do me a favor, grab this, bring it back, and hand it to me like it's your policy. Go ahead. All right, thank you, Mr. Scott, I appreciate that. Now, you notice how I just set the policy, I didn't look at the policy, okay? Now, Mr. Scott, according to what you told me, you were very good about this, you seem to really know what you have. You told me you have State Farm, you have $100,000, you're paying $53.18 a month, and you've had it for roughly 10 years, is that right?
Right.
Awesome, awesome. And on your girlfriend Cheryl, you're telling me that you have 150, and you're paying $44.12, and you've had it for about 10 years, right? Okay, we're gonna look at that in just a minute, but look, before I do, I wanna kinda tell you a little bit about the services that I provide to my clients. I've got a guy named Brian Celestine. Mr. Brian is an insurance guru, but he specializes in working with seniors, okay? Now, you see all the companies on this page, recognize any of these guys?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then we have some more over here, recognize any of these guys?
Oh, yeah.
All right, see, these are all top-rated, state-regulated providers for seniors.
Okay.
And what Mr. Brian does for us, and I'm not saying you even need this service, but what Mr. Brian does for us is he fits you with your diabetes. He fits you to the right carrier, the right place to make sure that you're getting the best rate and the best company possible.
Okay.
Just to give you an example, I'm sure you recognize Mutual of Omaha, but this company right here, Americo, they're a huge company, been around 125 years.
Okay.
And would you believe they'll give you a non-tobacco rating if you smoke cigars or pipe?
Okay.
Okay, now cigarettes, that's what they care about, but they don't care about the other.
Okay.
Okay, Liberty Bankers with your diabetes, hey, you're not insulin dependent. They give you a preferred rating. They could care less about your diabetes. So his job is to make sure he fits you with the right care. And again, I'm not saying you need that because you do have the State Farm. But what I want to do is I want to spend just a minute. I educate every one of my clients before we verify what you have and check for refunds and stuff like that. I want you to know a little bit about insurance.
Okay.
Okay? This is what I wish people would have taught my parents. I wish somebody would have taught me. Of course, I did get into business when I was 21, so I learned at an early age. But there are two major types of insurance that I see with my clients. Type 1 is term, and AARP, and which you don't have, and like Globe Life and some of that. I see a lot of term insurance with my seniors. Your brothers and sisters or neighbors may have some of that. And here's what I want you to know about term insurance. Term insurance will terminate, okay? Term insurance is not meant to be permanent. I call term insurance debt insurance because it's designed really to take care of your debts, okay? But term insurance will terminate at some point in time in the future. Your rates go up, your coverage either goes down or goes away. Those are two things I need you to know about that. And I don't know what you have yet. We're going to look and see, okay? But I can tell you that term insurance for my seniors is not a good deal. I do not want you in that category, okay? Because when you need that insurance the most, it's not going to be there, okay? I want you in something called whole life.
Mhm.
And if you ever get confused, it's real simple. Listen to the name. Whole life is for your whole life.
Okay.
The rates are locked in. They never go up. The face amount can never be changed by the insurance company. It's
Okay.
always there for you when you need it, okay? It also builds some cash value. It builds up to where you can quit paying on it at some point in time and have a paid up policy. And that's one of the things that we check for all of our clients to see how much your paid up policy would be, okay? So with that in mind, let's take a look at what you have. Now, what we're gonna do now is we will review the policy. We see what they have. A lot of times I'll even ask them, now, Mr. Arthur, which one of these types of insurance do you think you have?
Term.
So you already know you have term. Uh-oh, here I was talking dirty about your term insurance, all right? So that, but those are the things that you want to do. That's how you're going to use these slides, all right? I hope everybody watching in learned a little something.